What's going on, guys? Welcome to week 3 of season 6. As you can see here, Micah Faunuku still at the #1 spot on the Heisman list. He's been there so far the entire season. But worth noting that Sam Stanton IV has moved into the list this week, and we are playing against Alabama on the road this week. So definitely going to be an important game in terms of Heisman status. So let's go ahead and take a look at the matchup here for week 3 against Alabama. So right now we pretty much have the edge in every category, but they do have a really solid pass offense at number 9. Of course, ours is number 6, but our pass defense is, middle of the road. So hopefully we'll be able to slow down their passing offense. Let's go ahead and jump into the game highlights and see who ends up coming out on top. So for the first time in this series, we are playing in the greatest venue in all of college sports, Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's number 3 versus number 2. Couple of Heisman hopefuls battling it out in this one. Going to be a super interesting matchup. Let's go ahead and jump into the highlights here. First play from scrimmage on our first drive. Jet sweep to Brian Miller. He loses the ball and Hollier picks it up for the defense. That's a horrible way to start this one out, turning it over on the first play. First play for Alabama's offense. Stanton deep past the right sides, complete to Jamar Wade for 16 yards inside the 5-yard line here. On 2nd and goal, TJ Draper takes it up the middle for a 1-yard touchdown, but it looked pretty close. The refs are going to review this one to see if he made it in. And on the replay, looks like he did end up just a little bit short of the goal line. So they're going to take the 6 points back. Alabama's going to have to try again here on 3rd down from about a foot away, and a horrible mistake here by them. They end up getting a false start penalty a foot away from the goal line. They're going to have to back up to the 5, and on 3rd down and goal from the 5, Jamar Wade on the wide receiver screen is going to go down for a loss. So huge stop for our defense there, and we're going to force them to settle for a field goal. Next drive for our offense on 3rd and 7, Faunuku drops back over the middle to Cody Urban's able to pick up 11 yards and move the sticks. Nice job there to keep the drive alive. On 1st and 10, across midfield, option handoff to Allen Samuel Jr. He's going to get a big 15-yard gain down into field goal range here. 2nd and short, later in the drive, Faunuku over on the left side finds Gerard Cole, who gets inside the 10 down to about the 6. And on 1st and goal, next play, Faunuku over to the left side finds Miles Ray for a 6-yard touchdown. And we're going to take a 7-3 lead here midway through the first quarter. 3rd and 3, next drive for Bama. Stanton takes the snap, drops back to pass over to the left side, somehow completes it to Hayworth there, and he gets going to get the first down, 11 yards on the play. 1st and 10, next play, handoff up the middle, TJ Draper takes it left and gets 15 yards across midfield to about the 42. 3rd and 10 for Bama. A couple plays later, Stanton drops back to pass. He's hit as he throws but completes it to Stephon Rockwall, who's able to pick up the first down and holds on after taking a big hit. 2nd and 10 for Bama. Stanton, halfback screen to Blankenship. He's going to take it outside, breaks a tackle, and gets out of bounds about the 15-yard line. Bama in the red zone now, 1st and 10, play action pass. Stanton goes down and he's hurt. He would unfortunately end up with broken ribs on the play, and he's going to miss the next 6 weeks. So in comes Carmichael, trying to lead Bama to a win here, the backup quarterback. He immediately gets an 18-yard pass and hands it off to Blankenship on the next play for a touchdown. Bama's going to take a 10-7 lead, but can their backup quarterback come out here and put on a winning performance? 3rd and 6, Faunuku finds Brian Miller on the left sideline for 7 yards, moves the chains. Next play, 1st and 10, option keeper, Faunuku cuts it back inside, but he loses the ball. And Bama's going to pick it up. That's the 2nd turnover here in the first quarter by our offense. Couple of fumbles. 3rd and 10 for Bama on their next drive. Completes the pass to Balabani, but he's going to be about 4 yards short of the first. Bama's going to have to go for it here on 4th down and 4 in no man's land. Carmichael drops back and hits TJ Draper on the screen, but he loses 5 yards on the play. We get the ball back on downs near midfield. Next drive for us, screenplay to Allen Samuel Jr., who's going to get a big 14-yard gain, but he fumbles the ball. Luckily, the big O-lineman's able to pick it up and keep possession for our offense. On 3rd and 8, Faunuku drops back, hit as he throws, but completes it to Miles Ray on the left side, who gets down in the red zone to about the 17. 2nd and 3, later in the drive, pass over to the right side, an absolute rocket to Miles Ray right on the money. Go back and watch that pass. That was a laser. And Miles Ray's got his 2nd touchdown in the first half. Blankenship on 3rd and 12. Next drive, he's going to go down for a no 0-yard gain. End up punting on 4th and 12. Faunuku next drive, we got the ball out near midfield, finds Miles Ray, but it's picked off by Alonzo, who seemingly came out of nowhere. And that's going to be our 3rd turnover here of the first half. Luckily, we still have a 4-point lead here. On 2nd and 8, next drive, Carmichael's going down. Taven Lebowitz, who had a huge game in this one, he ends up getting the sack for a loss of 8. On 3rd and 16, defense playing back a little bit. Carmichael going out right, finds a man wide open as Rockwall, who breaks a tackle, and he's going to get 19 yards. He's going to get across the first down line. They're going to have a new set of downs in the red zone here. Next play, 1st and 10. Carmichael hands it off to Blankenship on the counter. He's got space and gets down inside the 5 to the 2. Bama trying to capitalize here inside the 5. Hand off to Draper on 3rd and goal. He's going to go down for a loss. Big stop for our defense, forcing another field goal in the red zone. That's been our bread and butter defensively lately, is forcing field goals inside the 10-yard line. Not very many touchdowns at all here. 1st and 10, trying to score before halftime with this 2-minute offense. Justin Brooks makes a beautiful catch on the right sideline. Next play, 1st down and 10. Faunuku looking over the left side, hit as he throws, and makes a perfect pass to Gerard Cole for 15 yards. 3rd and 4, trying to run down the clock, but wanting to score before halftime. Pass to Samuel Jr. is complete into the red zone. We're going to take our first timeout here to try to preserve the clock as much as we can. 1st and 10, Faunuku scrambling, finds Miles Ray wide open in the end zone. That's 3 touchdown receptions for Miles Ray in this first half, and Faunuku's on fire. 3rd and 3, Bama next drive, 10 seconds left in the half. That's going to be complete for a first down. They're going to have one last shot to the end zone here with 5 seconds left. Carmichael dropping back, taking his time, launching one deep. It's not quite to the end zone, but it is complete. He does fall down, though, and does not get into the end zone. So we're going to take this 8-point lead into the locker room for halftime. Luckily, that's all they were able to get there. Next drive for Alabama in the second half. Pass over to the left side to Rockwall's complete. Luckily for us, he steps out of bounds. Not till he gets a 20-yard reception there, though. Carmichael on 1st and 10. Hit as he throws, somehow completes that to Bo Blankenship for 14 yards and a first down. Looked like a sure interception there, but he ended up coming down with it. 3rd and 6, screenplay. Carmichael can't get the pass off. It's going to be a loss of 11 on the sack. And they're going to try for a 49-yard field goal here, which is good. Cuts the lead down to 5. Next drive for our offense, Faunuku. Over the middle, dangerous pass is tipped and picked off by Rosenthal, who's going to return this one out to about the 48-yard line. He fumbles the ball, and Faunuku picks it up. Unfortunately for us, that one was reviewed, and they determined he was down before he fumbled it. So Bama takes over near midfield. Carmichael, all day to throw, finds Curran over the middle for a first down. Goes down across the 40. 3rd down later in the drive. Carmichael dropping back over the middle, finds John Curran again. This time he gets down in for 18 yards to about the 20-yard line. Next play, 1st and 10. Carmichael on the screen pass to Draper, who catches it. Hawker can't make the tackle. He gets a big stiff arm and takes it in for a 20-yard touchdown. Bama takes a 1-point lead here, and they're going to go for 2 to try to make it a 3-point lead. Carmichael can't find anywhere to go with it, gets rid of it, but it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to keep this game a 1-point game. 22-21 to score. 3rd down for us. Pass to, I don't remember who that was, but he did get hit and dropped the ball. So that's going to be a punting situation for us in the 3rd quarter. Carmichael over the middle to Rockwall's complete across midfield. Carmichael's come out here slinging the ball in the rest of this game since Stanton got hurt. Pass over to Blankenship, who's wide open, down into the red zone to the 10. And Carmichael's come out here looking like the best player on the field in a game where the two other guys were supposed to be the Heisman contenders. But he ends up making a mistake here in the red zone. Faye Salico finally gets a pick after we had about 10 dropped interceptions in this game. Option play next drive for Fauanuku. He's going to cut it outside, and he doesn't quite have the speed to break this one loose, but big gain there for him across the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 10. Pass over to the left side to Miles Ray's complete for 17 yards, but he does go down with an injury. He's going to miss the rest of this game. Unfortunate, as he is the guy who scored all 3 of our touchdowns in this one. But Brian Miller able to get a big gain on that one, and we're in the red zone now on 3rd and goal. Fauanuku under pressure, looking over to the left side, but can't get enough on it. And that's going to force us to take a field goal here, and that gives us a 2-point lead, 24-22. Still early in the 4th quarter, Bama gets the ball back. Carmichael dropping back to pass, hit as he throws, complete to Wade. Unfortunately, Cabo was not able to jump the route there, and Wade's going to get all the way down inside the 30 for a huge gain. 2nd and 4 for Bama. Carmichael on the quarterback draw. He's got space. He breaks a tackle and gets down to the 5 for 17 yards. 1st and goal, next play. Carmichael dropping back to pass, goes over the middle and finds Rockwall for a 6-yard touchdown. And Bama's right back on top once again. Carmichael over 300 yards through the air at this point. Going for 2 to try to make it a 6-point game. Handoff to Dennis up the middle, who breaks a tackle. But he's going to go down for a no gain. And this game is going to remain at 28-24. Next drive, ill-advised throw there, and that's going to be picked off by Bama for another turnover. 2nd and 7, Carmichael dropping back over to the right side, finds Lockhart for a 15-yard gain down to the 10. 3rd and 4, later in the drive, Carmichael needing to get a touchdown here to make it a 2-score game, but we are able to force him to throw it away. And that's great for us. Going to remain a 1-score game after the field goal. 31-24 is the score. Fauanuku over the middle next drive finds Brian Miller across midfield to the 47. And this is where we got to make the decision after this 3rd down conversion to Cody Urban, which is complete. Do we try to score quick and get a stop, or do we try to run the clock out and make this our last drive? We are going to try to make this our last drive. So everything is on the line here, trying to get a score here with under 20 seconds left to go. Fauanuku rolling out right, going to take it himself. The pump fake was just enough to get him some space, and he gets into the end zone. And we're going to tie this game up with 19 seconds left. But Bama on the move with 3 timeouts, so he gets out near midfield on that play. 13 seconds left. Bama trying to get into field goal range. Carmichael dropping back to pass. Over the middle, he's got a man. It's Lockhart, and he's got a 20-yard gain. This is awful for us here. They're going to line up for a field goal with 8 seconds left from 50 yards out, and it's going to be well short. After he made the 49-yarder earlier, this one was not even close. I thought for sure this game was over. And luckily for us, he missed it. We're going to overtime. We get the ball first. Option handoff to Allen Samuel Jr., who breaks it outside, and he's going to take it to the end zone on the first play of overtime here to take a 38-31 lead. Bama gets the ball back to try to respond. 2nd and 6, Carmichael dropping back over the middle to Schwartz is complete for a 1st down. Gets 8 yards on that one to about the 13-yard line. But Bama on 3rd and 7. They've got just a couple plays left to stay alive here. Gaines over the middle is complete, but they're 4 yards shy. They're going to need at least 4 yards on this play to stay in it. Carmichael on the halfback screen. Taven Lebowitz reads it. He takes down Blankenship for no gain, and we are going to end up getting the win in overtime once again against Bama. Micah Fauanuku, player of the game, 283 yards, 4 total touchdowns. What a game for our team, bouncing back after all the turnovers in the pouring rain. And we were able to get our 2nd straight overtime win against Bama. We beat them in overtime last year. Ended up getting outgained 542 to 441. Obviously with the 4 turnovers, not ideal, but luckily our guys were able to stick with it and get the win in this one. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the top 25 matchups from Week 3. Top 10 matchup between number 6 Wisconsin and number 7 Michigan. Wisconsin ends up falling 45-42. Michigan gets the win. Number 14, Florida State does end up bouncing back and getting a big 41-21 win over number 21, UNC. Number 20, Ole Miss falls to Vanderbilt, who goes to 3-0, 38-35 in overtime. Texas A&M gets a dominant 55-20 upset over to the number 4 team in the nation, Tennessee. Virginia's going to take down number 19, Notre Dame, 38-30. Number 9, UCLA gets a 28-7 win over number 16, Oregon. Number 22, Texas Tech is going to take down number 8, Penn State, 34-24. Wow, number 12, Florida is going to go down to UCF, 49-42. They fall to 0-2. Maryland's going to upset number 25, Minnesota, 24-21. Minnesota drops to 0-3. Oklahoma pulls off a 41-17 upset over number 10, LSU, to go to 3-0 on the season. And that's going to do it for this week's top 25 matchups. We're going to go ahead and move on to week 4. So 2 more recruiting commitments this week, starting with defensive back Demario Russell, 4-star guy out of Panthersville, Georgia, 5'11", 193. He scouted up from a 76 to an 80. He's got 96 speed. Tackling stats are not particularly good, but the coverage is great, particularly zone coverage at 89. Definitely pumped to get this guy going in the secondary. And then we also ended up picking up 4-star wide receiver Raekwon Johnson. He's 6 foot, 191, number 24 or 21 wide receiver in the country. He's got 92 speed, 90 acceleration. Pretty good receiving stats across the board. Nothing amazing, but seems like kind of a slot receiver type of guy at his stature and speed. So excited to get this guy on the team as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the top 25 matchups from week 4. This is our bye week. Number 9, USC goes to 3-0 with a 34-17 win over number 20, Oregon. That should be it for Oregon's top 25 run. Georgia Tech's going to go to 3-0 with a 36-14 win over number 21, Stanford. Number 8, Wisconsin gives number 5, UCLA their first loss of the season, 31-28. Number 13, Tennessee falls 38-17 to unranked Florida. Rutgers is going to shut out number 14, Miami, 37-0, giving them their first loss of the season. Northern Illinois in overtime gets the win over number 12, Penn State, 46-44. Number 23, Oregon State goes to 3-0 with a win over Minnesota. Just wanted to show this one because Minnesota is 0-4 after making the playoffs last season. And that's going to do it for this week's top 25 matchups. Let's go ahead and move on to week number 5. And after the bye week, we've signed 3 additional great recruits. We've got a new punter in Max Wingo Reeves, guy that we looked at earlier, 90 kick power, 79 accuracy, 85 overall. Really solid punter. We've picked up Marcus Fedler, number 1 quarterback in the country, 5-star, 6 foot, 195, a little undersized. But he has a great balance of running ability, passing ability. He's got the 88 elusiveness, 87 speed, 80 acceleration, and then pretty decent passing skills for a scrambler. So definitely the type of quarterback that we want to recruit. And luckily we got him to commit. So not nearly the prodigy like Micah Faunuku was out of high school, but definitely an 84 overall freshman who's going to have a couple years to develop under Micah Faunuku. It's going to be a great addition, probably our quarterback of the future. And then lastly, we picked up 79 overall Andre Miller at defensive tackle, 4-star, 6'2", 278, number 11 defensive tackle, pass rusher type of guy. Really good overall balanced stats here. Good tackling skills, good block shedding. Good strength, good acceleration. Definitely the type of guy we want to have on the team. So that is going to do it for today's video. We've got a matchup on the road against 1-3 Mississippi State in tomorrow's video. Be sure to tune in for that one. If you don't mind, leave a like. If you made it this far in the video, drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the series this season so far. And go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for this matchup at Mississippi State.